Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here with my entire Vintage Road candles inventory. As most of y'all know, I've started taking an inventory list, and I put myself on a 6-month wax ban, minimum of 6-month wax ban. The only exception is one vendor, and that's because she is retiring at the end of the year, and I don't want to miss out on her wax. So I feel really good about it. We are 10 days in. And usually by now I crack. Usually when I say I'm going on wax ban, I usually buy within a week. I'm 10 days in and I'm doing good. My husband did buy me one order that I had been really wanting for months. And because he bought it, it doesn't count. And so I did not push the button. So anyways, so I have been taking inventory of everything I have. It's a good idea if you want to sit through it. I mean, I've already been on it for a week, and I'm only halfway done. I still have several vendors to get through. So what I do is I sit down with my Sharpie, my scale, and my notebook and pen, and I write down every single thing I have. Even the samples I've been writing down. And then I weigh them, and I write down how much ounces it is. That way I can come back and see where I'm at later. So I'm going to jump right in because this is going to be a long video. I do have a lot of Vintage Road candles. The primary reason for that is because her wax is soft. And back before I knew that she ships with ice packs in the summer, I'm in the south and it gets really hot. And my mail runs between 3 and 5 p.m. And those mail trucks, my mail carrier told me those mail trucks hit about 115 to 125 in the summer. Interior, there's no air conditioning in the trucks. I have had wax from vendors that have softer wax come pretty soft last year. So I had decided, I made a pretty much firm decision over the winter. I was not going to buy at all this summer anyway, because it does get really hot here. Like usually it is hot mid to high 80s and then into the 90s. Like it'll be 80s the end of April, beginning of May, and then we get into the 90s by the middle to end of May, and then it's 90s till like September. And then it'll get back in the 80s. And usually by Halloween, it might cool back down. Sometimes it's into November. So it just depends. But then like we had 85 in February and it's been like 50, 60 here lately in April. So you can't depend on that. So I bought a ton planning on not buying in the summer anyway. And then I found out she ships with ice packs, but I do have enough to get through. So I'm going to just hold off. So I'm going to jump right in because this is going to be long. I have a chunk bag of Drops of Jupiter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just let each thing sit here for a second so you guys can read the scent descriptions. If you feel like you can pause it and read the scent descriptions, or you can just not, whatever. So I have my bedtime stuff out first, so I'm just going to take care of those right now because they're in a different box. I have 2 of her garden bars, which look how pretty these garden bars are, in Lavender Coconut Breeze. So I have several bedtime bins. I have one that's for 2017 wax. I have one that has only scent shots, and then I have one that's 2018 wax. So, my 2016 bedtime wax is in my, April melt box, and I will just keep recycling it until, I don't have a lot of 2016 wax. But they're in my Project Use It Up in my April melt box, and they will keep getting recycled in my melt box till they're gone. I'm not going to store 2016 bedtime wax anymore. And I am working on using up the rest of my 2016 from other vendors anyway. So anyways, these are in my bedtime bin, and so that's why they're on top. So then I have Lavender Peppermint Shaving Cream in the bunties, and this smells so, so good. And then I have 2 scent shots in Lavender Peppermint Shaving Cream. If you guys like shaving cream, you should check that out. And then I have a chunky in Lavender Soda. And then I have, okay, so I think that's the end of my bedtime. So then I have 2 scent shots in berry jelly filled donut. I am a sucker for like jelly donut scents. Like really crazy, yeah. Then I have a scent shot in Lemon Mallow Sugar Cookies. I'm a sucker for lemon and marshmallow together too. Then I have 2 scent shots of berry preserves. Trying to keep these somewhat straight. Not working very well. And then I have a scent shot in Barbershop. I love Barbershop. Hold on, I gotta smell this. I'm sorry. It smells so good. Then I have a scent shot in Milky Pistachio Cotton Candy Cake. And I think there's another one. Yep, here's the second one. A lot of these I got in doubles. I came in late to a restock and I had to get what I could get. Here's another lemon mallow sugar cookies. So it's the same as that one on the bottom. And then I have a campfire marshmallows. A lot of these I'm going to save for fall. Like this one. This is Haunted Trails. This one's going to be for fall. So this box that I'm going through right now is my scent shots and my chunkies and my samples. The next box has my chunk bags and my bunties. And then the third box has my summer melts because I'm going to be doing... I've already put together my summer box of what I plan to melt all summer. I do summer from May 1st to October 1st. I am not a seasonal melter with the exception of I do pumpkin in October, November, and apple cider. So like cider lane, leaves, pumpkin, pecan waffles, pumpkin, anything. October, November, and then December and January I do Christmas tree, fir, balsam, pine, peppermint. And then February to May is whatever I feel like. So I'm saving some of my summer stuff for then because sometimes I want a boost of summer in the winter. It just depends on what I feel like. I feel like doing whatever I want. But my summer is fruity, like orange sherbet, rainbow sherbet, and then fruity, like strawberry, lemon, lime, etc. Like key lime pie I do in the summer because it's so like bright. Lemonade, fizzy pop, copper tone, anything that smells sunscreen or beachy, salty sea air, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to do that in the beginning of May. I have like 3 boxes full of summer stuff. So anyways, summer marshmallow, our version of a sweet marshmallow jasmine blend inspired by Beth. See, this one does not smell like beach nights. Her beachy nights smells more like beach nights, but whatever. This one I don't have in my summer box because I have a ton of stuff in my summer box. Then I have a strawberry Nilla wafer smoothie. I am a sucker for Nilla wafers and strawberries. And then I have a Hawaiian bungalow. And there's more of this one in my summer box. You'll see that when I do my summer box contents. Pink strawberry peppermint cookies. Satsuma raspberry Fruity Loops. This one is blueberry buttercream baguettes and cookies. That one is really light. And then I have 2 of the jam-filled sugar cookie dough bread. I am a sucker for the sugar cookie dough bread scents. And then I have a Fruity Loops Supreme and a Spa Day. And then I have 2 of the Beachy Nights, and there's more in my summer box, but I'm going to hold on to those in case I feel like those in the winter. I have another jam-filled sugar cookie dough bread that was in a different aisle. I have 2 of the Mr. Gosling, and this one I'm going to save for fall because of the leaves type. And then I have a Autumn Air, and that one, of course, I'm going to save for fall. And then I have some samples. I have a sample of Frosted Coconut Vanilla, which this one I got in my first order, and then I wound up ordering some of that. Oh, Sweets for My Sweet. Queen of Hearts. Run out of room. First Day of Spring. This one I'm not sure about because of the patchouli and the dirt. Lemon Laundry. Charmed. Impossible Girl, and Back to the Future. So this is it for this box. I'm going to shove these in here real quick so I can get onto the second box. I don't have enough room on my table to put my entire collection out, so I'm trying to keep them somewhat organized. It's not working very well. Like, I'm not very good at organizations, but I'm trying to get better at organizing stuff. That's why I'm doing this whole inventory and collection and all that, so I can get better at keeping things in check, so I'm not hoarding too much of the same thing and whatever else. So put this box over here. All right, so here is the second box. This one has my chunk bags, my garden bars, and my bunties. That's what they're called. So I have a full chunk bag of Mr. Gosling. And again, I'm going to save this for fall. Between the leaves and the driftwood and the barnwood, it screams fall for me. And then I have a Fruity Loops Supreme. And then I have a Sweet 16. I'm not a fan of bubblegum in wax, but when it's mixed with all this other stuff, I don't even smell it. So I'm really happy about that. And then I have a pink strawberry peppermint cookies. And a strawberry lemon sherbet cotton candy frosting. Now I have some single chunks of these in my summer bag. If I run out and I really, really am enjoying it, I may break into that, but right now it's not going to be in that box. Blackberry Twinkies birthday zucchini. And I have a couple more garden bars. I have campfire donuts. Look how pretty the designs are on those. And then I have a birthday party zucchini. All right, now I got bunties. I've got lemon mallow sugar cookies. And barbershop. I love the barbershop smell. And birthday party. Cupcakes at Tiffany's, and the cat's playing with the curtains, so if the lighting gets bad in here, I'm sorry. Coconut Bay. Now I have a whole nother one of this in my summer box, but I wanted to keep that on reserve in case I wind up in the mood for some in the middle of winter or something, because sometimes I get an inkling for summer. Frosted coconut vanilla. This one I almost want to put in my summer box, but I'll see how I'm doing on my stash, because I have a ton of summer stuff. Raspberry pistachio coconut cookies. Lemon laundry. This one I can smell through the packaging because of the laundry. It's so strong. Pink sugar marshmallow. And this last one, I didn't even notice this. I've had this since February. I didn't even notice it. Jasmine brought it to my attention. It's sugar cookie dough bread, but look how dough is spelled cough. And she messaged me after she saw the haul. It was back in February. She saw the haul and it was March, I think. And she goes, "Did you notice that?" And I said, "No." And she goes, "It's sugar cookie cough bread instead of dough bread." And it cracked me up. So now it cracks me up. Every time I see it, I laugh like I'm 12 years old. So that is that box. And realistically, with all the warmers I have going, I can put a big dent in my collection as long as I'm not buying more. Like, I can go through a lot as long as I'm not adding to it. So I feel very confident that within a year, most of this will probably be gone, which is my goal. My goal is a year from now to have my stash shrunk very much so that I'm not overwhelmed and feeling crazy and everything. So I may still feel crazy because I am crazy, but it is what it is. So now I'm on to my summer stuff. So then I have another 6-pack bunty of Coconut Bay. I have one of Fly Me to the Moon. The lemon lime fizzy pop just reminds me of summer in this, so I figured I'd put that in there. I have the strawberry lemon sherbet cotton candy frosting. And I have two of these garden bars in lemon vanilla taffy. And I have a garden bar in strawberry cream and pineapple coconut. Colada Extreme. And then here's another strawberry lemonade splash. Summer berry lemonade splash. I don't know why I said another. That's the only one I have. Here's another of the strawberry lemon sherbet cotton candy frosting. And I have 2 of the Hawaiian Bungalow. I have 3 of the Beachy Night. So I have 2 left in my bin and I have 3 here. And then I have a Yuzu Volcano Salty Sea Breeze. And a Summer Boardwalk. A sample in Pink Margaritas. And a sample in Treats from the Trolley. And that is it. That's my entire Vintage Road Candles collection. I feel confident in my vendor wax. I'm at the point where I'm feeling confident because I've destashed enough that my stash is still huge but manageable. What my goal is to use up the majority of what I have, write down my favorites, and then just buy the favorites, and then go from there. That will keep the destashing down because, like, it's hard to tell on paper, especially when I try new to me vendors. It's hard to tell on paper what I'm going to like and what I'm not going to like. Something may smell or sound amazing on paper, and then you melt it and it's not so good. So that's where the destashing comes into play. Is you may love it and it may sound so good when it's written out, and then you smell it combined and it's like, not so much. So some vendors just don't throw for me. I'm having a hard time with a couple vendors that everybody loves getting throw. And so, like, I've destashed everything I had from one vendor because I just could not get a throw. And I feel bad because she's very popular, but she does not do ready to ship. She's got a pretty long, decently long turnaround time. And so it's hard. So I'm just trying to stick with the vendors I know performs well for me. But, I mean, I have 6 warmers going 24/7. I do change my wax out between 2 and 3 times a day, depending on when the scent starts to fade. So it just, I can pump through the wax fast if I don't add more to it. Like, I can't melt and then double up in hulls. So if I can melt and not be bringing more in, then that'll help. So I'm getting these all boxed up, put into place. They're marked so I know what they're from, what they're doing. I've got this season, out. My Bedtime goes in a different bin. And this way I know what I have. I know where it's from. I know what it is. So I've got it somewhat organized, which is very helpful. But yeah, so this is my entire collection of Vintage Road. So this will be shrinking quite excessively. Because I'm not buying from anybody, except for the one that's closing in November. So yeah, I've got several more I've got to do. It's going to take me a while. It's going to take me a couple weeks total to get everything done. Because I'm not spending a ton of time each day on it. I'm spending between 1 and 2 hours each day on it because it is very time consuming. My hand feels like it's going to fall off every day. So I'm trying to keep it not so, like, I don't want to make it not enjoyable. So I'm trying to just do a little bit here and there and go from there. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this video after I just got done rambling for 5 minutes. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.